I'm Shane Hewitt. I'm in Ottawa. Kris Abel is here now. Time to talk tech. Hey, Kris.
Hello.
Welcome back to the show every single Tuesday at this time. Kris and I get together and we talk about all kinds of cool tech things. Kris, you're going after my heart here because of my life with headphones is like every day for 30 years. Well, longer than that because of the DJ shows before that. Let's get into the buds.
Right. So what I want to do is I've been trying out the Google Pixel Buds Pro 2. This is their latest version of their earbuds that they launched in the fall. We talked a lot about their Pixel smartphones. Pixel is the brand name that they use for a lot of their devices, and I didn't have time to get to the buds just yet. They've been sitting on my desk, and I looked at them and went, hey, I should break them out and try them. So I spent the last week trying them out, and I'm really quite taken with them. I think that it's interesting what they've done. First thing I will say, these are $300 earbuds that they've released, is that compared to all the other earbuds I've reviewed over the years, these are very comfortable. It's comfortable like putting on a big sweater. I find I can pop them into my ears. They have a design that you twist them to kind of lock them into your ears, but at no point did I ever feel the tightening that other earbuds do when they try to lock into your ears. These, they just slide right into place, and I found, oh, wow, actually, I don't mind wearing these for a long time, which is good because that's kind of the intention behind Google's Pixel Buds, and that they actually have them. They're the first earbuds that have a tensor computer chip built into them. That's to kind of, deal with the fact that Google is doing a lot in terms of artificial intelligence. They want these processors to be able to have the ability to do calculations in the earbuds, not just using, the processors that are on your phone. So what I love is that these earbuds are very good in terms of noise canceling, but they use that artificial intelligence to be able to better adapt and use the adaptive mode in terms of when you're listening, so that it's filtering in the sounds. It's blocking out a lot of the noise, but making sure that important sounds, things like, alarms, somebody calling out to you in an emergency, that still gets through. I love the fact that it's handling that, while at the same time offering a design that's a little more comfortable so you can try to wear it all day long. Again, Google has come up with a design that I find more comfortable than most of the earbuds I've tried.
One of the things that I, in the Apple orbit, don't like is that it's like Siri's getting worse. So the fact that Gemini seems to be getting better and more plugged in, this is really great news.
It is, and I like the idea of using the earbuds to access Gemini, because I think the best experience with Gemini is when it's hands-free. That when you're doing something, that you can call it to Gemini and say, look, I'm trying to fix my dishwasher. Can you give me advice? That's a conversation you should be having without having to use your hands. And so having earbuds that can give you that experience, I think, is really good. I'm impressed with Gemini. I was asking Gemini some questions just for fun, asking, do you know who Shane Hewitt is? Gave me detailed information about you. I asked about a couple of other media friends, Richard Krause. Apparently there's a microbiologist in the U.S. who's perhaps better known than Richard. Gemini knew that.
That can't be.
I know. And the amazing thing was Gemini knew who I was. And I didn't have to give any information. I just said, who is Kris Abel? I didn't have to spell my name. I didn't have to do anything like that. And it knew exactly who I was. So I was kind of a little pleased with that.
I will spell your name, Krisabel, real Kris Abel, on socials and all the things. Okay, my insecurity just kicked in. Did it at least say nice things about me?
It did. It gave a lot of details in terms of your show. And again, as you mentioned, that your past, there have been DJ shows and things like that. I was amazed because with these kinds of things, I always have a problem. I usually have to spell my name. I have to say it's the male Kris, not the female Kris. So for me, I was really impressed that I didn't have to do any of that stuff, that Gemini knew automatically.
That's cool. All right, next on the list for the tech stuff, holograms for kids. Now, I didn't read it properly, Kris. I thought it said hologram companion for kids' lunches. I was like, that's a weird place to put a hologram. It's for launches because it's out there. Tell me about it, Kris.
So this is a new high-tech toy that is launching. It's called Imaginix, and it looks like a crystal ball, the kind of crystal ball that we see in Disney movies and stuff like that, or a snow globe. But what's inside is there's a special high-tech display system that creates a little holographic cartoon character. It's either Ellie, this little fairy, or Ember, this little tiny dragon. And then what it does is it mixes in things like a smart speaker, an artificial intelligent assistant so that you can sit down, you can have a conversation with the little tiny character. You can ask questions. It'll give you educational answers in terms of, facts about science or the world, but also you can have discussions in terms of stories. You can create a story about you and your friends. It can do all sorts of really creative things. This I'm interested in because it comes from the founder of WowWee Toys, who I know from back in the day. He helped create the Robo Sapien robots. So there's a real good credential here in terms of doing high-tech stuff that's very, very friendly. We've got a clip that gives you an idea in terms of the kind of interactions designed here between the holographic characters and kids. And what they're going for here is not just giving information, but to try to create an emotional bond.
Hi there, I'm Ember. I'm a dragon, just hatched from my egg.
I'm a fairy from the enchanted forest.
My name's Lucia Ember.
Hi Ellie, how are you today?
Nice to meet you, Ember. I can't wait to play with you.
Can you create a story about me and my friends?
One fine day, Reagan, Selena, and Juliet decided to explore the enchanted glow-lit meadows.
Could you tell me how to play a C chord?
Put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. Nice job.
Wow, how long until Disney buys that?
Good question. I mean, it's $200. They just launched in the U.S., and automatically it's sold out. So if you want to get one,
That's
you're
cool.
going to have to wait until at least December for the next resupply. And then hopefully early 2026 is when it'll launch in Canada as well. But it immediately seems to have taken hold. I think a big part of the attraction is that unlike the other devices and toys I've seen like this one has a big button on the back that shuts it up. It also has a setting that immediately makes it quiet, so it's not listening to you. That little smart microphone is not paying attention to what's being said all the time. Plus, there's an app that gives parents immediate control over all the conversations, a lot of the concerns that people have. This particular toy seems to be answering where other companies haven't been doing a very good job with that.
Yeah, giving parents that final say on it, which is kind of cool. MyImagix is where you go for that one.com. Okay, I got 30 seconds, Chris. Grand Theft Toronto is pretty funny. Let's get it quick.
It is. GrandTheftToronto.com is where you can go and play a free Flash game that is a parody of the original Grand Theft Auto game. That's where you're driving around. You can see the car from up above. The idea, though, is all based on Toronto. So as you're driving around, you have to do Tim Hortons deliveries and avoid the police. You're going to run into a lot of Toronto characters. Mel Lastman is in the game, for example. And, of course, there are lots of raccoons to watch out for in Toronto.
Trash pandas.
Yes. So
I love
again,
the
you can
trash
go to
pandas.
GrandTheftToronto.com. This is a parody. It's free, and you play it in your browser, so you don't need a video game system to try it.
All right, good stuff. Real Kris Abel, Krisabel, for the website, for the socials, and so much more. Great stuff. Cool stuff, Kris. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
All right, we'll catch with Kris next week at the same time, and all of these great stories. If you follow his socials, he puts all that stuff out there too, so you can link to it, and you want to learn more, it'll be there for you.